Last time we took off every bit of wiring on this truck except for the engine harness. We also got some other panels and stuff like that off the front, the grill, all that kind of stuff, but there's still a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. Like I said, last time we got pretty far on this thing, getting all the wiring off of the truck except for the engine harness. We are pretty balls deep in this thing right now, but there's still a lot of work ahead of us and a lot of work left to do. So let's start at the front of the truck and we'll work our way back to the cab, see what all we can get done, and just keep trucking along. We had to drain the radiator and all that last time, so let me get this thing out from under here. Am I stuck on something? I am. The tow hook. No! Let's just try this. Do not spill. Do not spill. Ugh, there we go. Woo. Careful, careful, careful. What we got here? 2 14s. Those are wildly stuck on there. God, every rubber bushing on this thing is just so trash and like dry rotted, breaking, cracked, all that. And there's about a ½ inch of just oil and grease on this thing. It's gonna need to be super, super deep cleaned, but that's okay. That's why we're here. I said in the last video that I should probably just start now by going through and soaking every single bolt on this truck in PB Blast, because it's pretty rough as far as like the hardware is concerned. The truck itself's not that bad, but the hardware and everything is very corroded and things of that nature. And so it's probably gonna be pretty rough to get some of these bolts out of here, especially in the front suspension area, but that's okay. We'll get it. I have grinding wheels, Dremels, etc. So, shit. Yes, sir. Next, this one was much easier. Not as rusty, even though they're in the same exact spot. The biggest thing I gotta watch out for, I think, is some of this stuff, like in the engine bay, there was a bracket and the bolts were so like rusted on there, just the torque to get it off, like twisted the bracket. And I think I just twisted this fender mount a little bit as well. So like, it's just really, really thin metal. I guess it is what it is, but. Haha. Next. Where are you stuck? Aha. Next up is headlights. Is that how you go? Yep, very nice. Haha. Now we got that taken care of. Let's get off the fenders. Yeah? Seems to be fairly loose. All that's holding it on there, I believe, is the inner fender. So, yay. Good Lord. Intake. Might as well take off the hood brackets as well. Let's see. Holy crap. Look at this. Wow. I just noticed this, but look at all this cracking on the windshield washer fluid tube thing here. But this is what I saw. Boom. I'm just gonna take off the power cables here to like the alternator, the starter, all that stuff that went to the battery, just to get all this stuff out of here. I wanna get all the wiring off of here. That'll be next on the list. Okay, that did not do what I thought it did. Son of a bitch. Well, this was much more complicated than originally thought, but after using my jack bar as a pry bar and everything else, we finally got this harness out of here. There was one bolt that went to the transmission, this thing here, but yeah, anyway, cabling is now out of here. Now we can decouple and unloom all this stuff, and we'll make new wire, new cable, etc. But yeah, let's get this stuff unhooked and off of here. It's probably gonna break a bunch because I mean, these hoses are just terrible. So one, that's off of there. Let's move this. Get rid of the ground. This around. Let's just unplug everything from here. I'll have my cutter back.
Hey, you. I'll take my cutter back.
Ouch. All these plugs are so, fudge, are so hard to push because they haven't been pushed in like 20 some years. That just broke off of the thing. Wow, that plastic just broke off of there. Didn't even make a sound. It just broke because it's so old and weak. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna pull this out of here and then we'll go under the truck and we'll try to get off all this shiza. E, G, R. Moving on. Now, back here in the back, we got all this rusted up shit. Boy, that's on there. Okie dokie. Now there is quite a bit of gas still in this gas tank, and there's no, apparently, I haven't seen one on the bottom. I have to do some research on it, but there's no drain plug on this thing. So you have to like siphon the gas out or something like that. We'll have to figure that out a little later, but what do we have to do here? What is this? What is this nonsense? What's the squeeze procedure that we're looking for here that will release this? There we go. I need my pliers. Now we just break that free, break that free, break you free, and shoot. No, 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 no. Brr. God, do you hear that? Yes. Okay, good grief. I was just rolling around under the truck trying to see where those lines went through there, and I'm like, I have blocks to put this thing on. Why am I laying this close to the ground and trying to work in this tight space? So we're gonna jack the truck up higher and put it on our 12-inch blocks, and that should be excellent. Because while we're under there, I think I would like to go ahead and try to get the exhaust off of here as well. I put it on these dollies and I have yet to move it anyway, so we'll just jack it up right here and then we can stick it back on the dollies whenever we're ready. But for now, let's get this bitch up onto some blocks. Are we on the diff enough? Yeah, barely, but we are. Man, we are running on tight space in here, I tell you. Whoops. Okay, let's move this. We'll put our ramps down first, then go to the front, put it up onto the blocks in the front first, and then move back here to the back because I don't want to get too much of an angle on it and then I can't jack it up properly. Come on. What the F? Okay, here we go. And out of the way. Now we just lower this thing down to the front. Oh, this is insane. Okay. Boink. Shit. Come on. Oh my God. That was sketchy. We just rolled off of those ramps. Holy crap. I forgot that I let out the emergency brake. That would have probably been cool to check beforehand, but now I gotta pull this thing back in the garage. Well, I was trying to avoid a situation such as that by jacking up only the rear end while it was on those dollies, but sure enough, here we go. Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Don't ask why I put those ramps facing that way, but you know, okay. Back where we were. Good Lord. What a mess. Now let's e-brake pulled. Smart move, Ryan. Let's try keeping that on next time. Let's re-jack this thing up. That was so stupid. Much better. Good grief. Good rule of thumb, always make sure the e-brake is pulled. Okay, we're now under the truck, obviously, and this right here is not coming off. Like, there's no amount of PB Blast that's gonna either break, strip, or whatever. I'm not even gonna try that. I'm gonna try to go up here where the downpipe comes off of the exhaust headers, and we're gonna try to get it from there. There's only 3 bolts there, and they don't look as bad. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. They don't look as bad as far as rust is concerned up there. So we're just gonna take off the exhaust from here, and then we'll just remove the whole thing in one big piece, because that's gonna be a pain in the ass. And if it doesn't work up here on the exhaust manifold, we always have a Sawzall. We'll just cut it off in multiple pieces and all that stuff. But let's try to get this thing off of here. I'm gonna grab a breaker bar and hope for the best. Okay, hopefully we can do this. Good grief. I can feel my extension like flexing. Please don't break anything except this bolt free. There we go. Heck yeah. Something's in my eye. Moving on. There we go. All right, I think we should be good. We've gotten 2 off. No reason why this 3rd one should be an issue. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, let's get this thing off of here and get this exhaust out into the yard and into the trash. And 1, come out. Listen, I need you out of there. What is the deal? There we go. And I still have yet to order my freaking exhaust hanger tool. That should be a fun time trying to get those off. I'll just cut those things, honestly, if it's too bad. Come on, my battery's dying on this stupid thing. The whole stud came out. Okay, I guess that works. Oh, shoot, there's a bracket that bolts to the transmission to help hold the exhaust on. I'm gonna pull this O2 sensor while I'm under here. There we go. I guess let's get this bracket off. Those are like 17 or 19. All right. Okay, we got everything off the underside. I came a piss of just cutting them off, but now all we got are these 2 back here, and hopefully I can just get these things off of here. I WD-40'd these. I didn't WD-40 those. That was my bad, but hopefully these should not take all that much to get off. Then hopefully this thing will just fall. Ow, fuck. WD-40 certainly helped, that's for sure. Woo! Well, there that is. So now this can just come right out, hopefully. Oof, yep. Come on, there we go. That'll do. This thing is literally of no use to me. It's just a rusted up piece of junk. So I'm just gonna cut this thing and we'll throw it in the trash. There is, I hear water in this. Okay. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I think I would like to go ahead and get the gas tank off of here as well. Might as well do it. You're gonna have to eventually anyway, so what better time than now? I don't have like a transmission jack or nothing like that to help lower it down, so we're gonna probably just have to use the jack here and a 2x4 and hope for the best. Like I said, there is quite a bit of fuel still in this thing, but we'll see what happens whenever I try to lower this thing down. I think that's kind of in the center, but I should be able to like hold it and manage it. I guess worst case it falls to the ground. Yeah, let's go see if we can find what brackets get this thing off of here. Because I see one here, but there has to be one up there as well. It's just some little straps to hold this thing in there, which, I mean, with its age and how everything looks, pretty sketchy if you ask me, but alas, here we are. So, yeah, I guess first I want to make sure there's no pressure in the line, so I'm going to take this thing off. I've already taken the cap off of here. Don't know if that does anything, but can't hurt, you know. This push lock thing doesn't look like it's push locking. Release. I know I have the perfect angle to show you guys what I'm doing right now, but why are you doing this to me? We'll push that out and boom. More fuel coming out. This could all just come with it. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, find the bolts for the straps. Find the bolts for the straps. One is right here, because I see it. What size are you? Not that one. You must be a 14. Yes. Holy moly. Am I tightening that? Would that be? No, it would not be. I am going the right way. Oof. Well, the bolt broke. Well, there's that. Bolt broke. I'm not sure if you could even see what I was doing down there, but yeah, that bolt snapped right in half. So I'm guessing that strap is now loose. Ooh, we were way off on our jack placement. There we go. We'll put it right there. There's another strap right here. Now, I'm not worried about this thing in the least because we are putting a fuel cell in this thing. So I'm not too concerned with the fuel tank and what happens to it. So, okay, that one is loose. This one over here is loose. So does that mean that the tank is ready to come out? Because the straps appear to be on a set of Carter pins with little rods that go through. So let's knock those out and then the straps should fall and then the tank can come down. Yeah. One very rusted pin. Be very careful. Lots of rust. Oh, are you kidding me? The pin's on the underside of the truck. Just gonna try to break this pin. Dinner. Ha! Got the pin out. Okay. Tank seems to be loose. All right, let's get the jack and we'll lower it down. Okay. Whew. Slowly, slowly. All we have is a 2x4. Slowly. Like I said, worst case scenario, it hits the ground. But don't slide, don't slide. And there it went. That wasn't too bad. Sure, it hit the ground, but it wasn't terrible. It was like an inch off the ground. Let's drag this out. This thing's like half full. Well, let's try to get the fuel lines like off the actual truck. We'll try that now. Well, I was gonna get those fuel lines off the cab, but it began to rain, so we got the Evo back in the garage, had to clean everything up real quick and get the Evo back in here. But yeah, we got quite a bit done today, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. I'm very happy to get the gas tank and all that stuff out of there. I did not plan for that to happen today, just kind of went that way, and so yeah, really all that's left on this truck is the engine that's inside of there, and so I have a plan of taking the cab off, and so we jacked it up now on these 12-inch blocks, and so I'm gonna take the cab and unbolt it from the frame, and then we'll lower the frame back down and the cab will stay up in the air. Hopefully it works out that way. I'm gonna do some more pondering to make sure everything will work out like I think it will. But yeah, if you got this far, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much as always. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. We're moving right along on this thing. We've got a lot of progress. We've been cutting through this thing pretty quickly. Still a lot more to go, but we are getting there. So yeah, see you next time. Bye.